Welcome to Flawless Shoe Reviews. Today we're going to review one of the better rocker bottom shoes on the market, the Asics Glideride Max. Now it's the successor of the Glideride 3, which was hugely popular, especially for those who had problems with the ball of the foot or with a big toe joint. But how does this stack up compared to that and against other shoes in the Asics range like the Gel Nimbus and the Superblast 2? So first of all, let's look at the profile of the shoe. They've got two forms of cushioning in the midsole. On the top layer they've got the Blast Max, which is the white cushioning, and then underneath they've got the Blast Plus. So two different types. The Blast Max is a softer type of cushioning, so it allows your foot to sink into it, and then you got a bit more of a responsive cushioning in the green sole underneath. So the Blast Max really assists with the initial contact with the ground. It helps to absorb the vibration and the impact when you initiate contact. And then we have this fantastic forefoot rocker. So you can see from the midfoot to the forefoot, it starts to curve upwards. Now the shoe doesn't have as much toe spring as it did in the Glideride 3. So toe spring is where it holds your toes in slight extension. It helps with the propulsion phase of the gait cycle and helps you to transition quicker from the midfoot to the forefoot. If you have a painful big toe joint, you may not enjoy having such aggressive toe spring. So those of you that might have struggled with the Glideride 3 are likely to enjoy the Glideride Max a little bit more because it's a bit softer underfoot. It doesn't have as much toe spring, and it's got a different type of plate than it had before. Now it has a compressed EVA plate, so it still facilitates a little bit of bend in the shoe. It's not as rigid as what we got in the previous model. If you're looking for a rocker bottom shoe that pushes through gently, gets you really onto your toes, facilitates you onto the next step, the Glideride Max is an excellent option. If you're looking for an even more rocker based shoe, then check out our review on the On Cloud Surfer. It's quite a fun shoe, it has a big rocker on the back and on the front of the shoe. It gives you a nice seesaw effect when you're trying to run. When we go on top of the shoe, we've got some nice engineered mesh on top, got plenty of space in the toe box, so it's a normal fit overall, true to size and length. Unfortunately it doesn't come in a wider version for those of you with a broader forefoot. Then it's got a nice gusseted padded tongue on top, got some nice cushioning around the heel cup, and it's got a relatively stiff heel counter, so we'd say mild to moderately stiff. Now heel counters help to provide stability by cradling your heel, helping to control pronation moments when you initiate contact with the ground. Got some mild sidewalls on the inside and the outside around the heel, and it's got this broad base support. So it's what we classify as a stable neutral shoe. Classically neutral in terms of it has a flat bed, but it has stability elements in the sidewalls, the sole flare, and the broad base of support. So if you're looking for a rocker bottom shoe to facilitate you through, offload the big toe joint and the forefoot, then we can look at the Glideride Max as an excellent option. Not as aggressive as the previous model, not as stiff as the previous model. In terms of use cases, it's great as an all-rounder for day-to-day walking, as a lifestyle shoe. Also can be used for those long runs, easy runs, recovery runs. You can pick up a pace in it a little bit more for some up-tempo workouts, but not quite race pace that we might see in the Superblast 2. Not as soft as what we might see in the Gel Nimbus 27. So it sits somewhere in the middle of those two. A little bit lighter than the Nimbus 27, coming in at 287 grams for a size 9 men's US. It has a 6mm drop with 44mm of cushion in the rear foot, 38 in the forefoot, so plenty of padding underneath your feet. So an excellent option overall if you're looking for a rocker based shoe to do some longer mileage or as a lifestyle shoe. We've got a link to it in the description. If you pick it up through the link, it helps fund our channel without affecting the price that you pay. Got any questions on them, please drop them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Liking, sharing, subscribing is always appreciated.